for some tower pushes. That's a good idea when you have heroes that could stun and initiate. The best initiator right now is Spain, which it's not bad, but I really don't think he could actually get up close to Storm. And I hope this thing doesn't get gripped. It's illusion.
They'll realize.
Right. It won't cancel the smoke, so they know it's fake.
You don't win TI2 and get fooled by a trick like that, okay, guys?
Well.
Except sometimes, maybe. But OD picks up an ultimate orb, so he's going to be going cheap stick next. The right click continues here. Pycat is going to purchase something soon at 600 gold. He's only got 800 HP. He will definitely grab the Aegis. Absolutely worthwhile. Most importantly, he can burn all of his mana going all out on a kill, and then he'll respawn with full mana. The mana being more important than his life, in my opinion. So
yeah, it really is. I mean, your mana is your life, I think, a lot of times. The only time a Stormshare really dies is when he is out of mana. But right now, LGD is just stomping IG, perhaps even harder than that last game. They're just rolling over every single tower they want to have. IG is making the best of it. They're going for tower trades, but our solo mid YYF Lifestealer has nothing. He has Bracer and Phase. Our Zoe that went on the top lane, he's got nothing. He's got boots upgraded on his bear and on himself, but that's it. So the only person that has any kind of real gold is Tinker, but it's only a 4-staff. So they got to make some really big comeback to make this game a game.
maybe if they could Bane sleep somebody and set up a March or something like that, and then hopefully Fiends grip some core heroes. I don't know. It's going to be so tough. There's a lot of range disables from LGD in. They can swap the Bane. They can throw a stun. They can banish whoever's getting gripped. They can roar the Bane. It's just, if you look at the heroes for LGD in, they just look so much stronger. This is what I was talking about, I think.
Yeah, you think? I mean, having the massive auras, having the push strat to really allow you to knock down towers, and to be honest, they have great team fight with a single target lockdown, Beastmaster, the Vengeful Spear, more importantly, the Stormster back in the mid lane here. That is a free kill. He sees Faith right next to the tree. He doesn't care. Pycat has the Aegis, and he's just playing with these guys. The Aegis comes back out, and IG just have to run. In fact, Chuan is Chuan could be dead if Storm wants to make that zip. He doesn't. He thinks better of it.
So I guess they're going to change it up to a mid push now. That's the last tower. That's outside of the base. 1600 HP. The Roshan is long gone, of course. That did burn them an Aegis, but Pycat now sitting at 1800 gold. Do you think it's going to be a BKB at this choice? He's maybe going to purchase. Possible point booster will be the Bloodstone. Who's going to be possible Lincolns. He's got a Perseverance for now, so guess he likes 800 HP. And he's predicting the TP to the top lane from the Tinker.
He is correct on making that prediction, but IG smoked up supports. Are they making
so
a
smart
Breach of Travel bait?
Oh, they are. It's going to happen. He's going to ball right in. The Fiend's Grip will come immediately. Just waiting on the Tinker to make the choice.
Well, they're waiting for him to jump mid first. But no jump is happening. In fact, the jump's going to happen on the bot lane here. Zoe in huge trouble. There's no living armor. Just said there's a living armor. And actually, the root goes on Misery. Misery very tanky thanks to his armor, though. Here, Hand of God, the stand back. They cannot going to kill the Misery. Misery is going to die to the last tick of that root damage. Nicely played. Back in the mid lane. Do we have the Storm jump? Storm jumps back in. He finds the person that locks him down, which is the Bane Elemental. Picks him off.
And, oh, that was Beastmaster getting the kill on the Lone Druid. Okay. Misery probably stayed a little bit too long there. I mean, all I needed is one more Entangle for him to die, and he got a little unlucky.
Well, IG at least puts himself on the board. 1 kill.
1 kill on the 5 support who's literally only roaming. He does have his Medallion picked up. Great Venge item. So now you can stack his Wave of Terror and his Medallion to try to focus down those tanky heroes like Lifestealer or Lone Druid.
Yeah, no questions asked. IG is so far behind right now, but if there's one team and one matchup that you think the team could be behind and make a comeback, I think it's this matchup. Because IG, of course, the defending champion, you don't count them out. And more importantly, games that goes late are not really how LG win games, right? So they generally like to snowball and go for a quick victory. But sometimes late game, they make a couple of key mistakes, and IG is going to try their best to force out a couple of mistakes. Because, boy, you could be sure that they want to end today's game in a 4-2 score instead of a 3-3.
Oh god, I thought this was an armlet. I was like, what is happening? It's not worth getting that anymore, unfortunately. So Misery, again, look at this guy. He's like, oh, I'm going to solo gank with this monster. Here's the ball coming forward. They're going on the bear. They just honestly want to kill the bear for 300 gold.
Goes on a range creep.
For fun. Pycat doesn't know. He doesn't care. There's the swap again, and they're going to go for it. 300 gold goes to Misery, the support hero. And what's the cooldown on this? 68 seconds, where Lone Druid is more or less useless.
Yeah, ganking the bear actually gives you more gold. Obviously,
that's crazy.
Like, you don't make him lose gold, and he's going to keep on farming, but, like, you know.
That is a good point, actually. It will reduce his farming speed. I mean, he'll be fine if he's just auto-attacking creep waves, but if he's jungling or something, it not only limits their teamfight potential, but even more important than that 50 seconds is when he resummons it the next time, that makes a big timing window where if IG loses a team fight, or if they have a normal fight and they kill the bear again, it's going to be on cooldown for a big time.
Yeah, I think right now what IG's trying to do is very smart. You bait the Tinker to set up a couple of ganks, and Ferrari is very near. G is, by the way, farming the jungle. Oh man, if they
He's got a sheep stick already. Will he react in time? Here's
Nope.
There's the Fiend's grip. He's going on him. G's in so much trouble. Most likely
He's
gonna
so
die. He could
tanky.
force staff to the low ground, but the missile's gonna hit.
Infest.
And the infest.
Yeah.
Man, that disable. 5 seconds. Pretty good, guys.
I mean, it took him so long. It took him of the full duration of the grip to almost barely kill him, right? We were talking back in the bot lane, though. Meanwhile, that's happening. Zoe in huge trouble. Living armor already went out. That doesn't happen. Of course, Tinker canceled his TP, and that should be it. But they are going to get a tier 1 tower, or hold that thought, because here comes a Storm Spirit. He focused right on Faith. Faith is going to get focused down. Beastmaster over 4 to kill. Maybe a lower over commitment. Chuan trying to self living armor. They are going to get a kill on Storm, and now YYF is going ham against Brax. There's a buyback, but does he have a teleport scroll? That's a question. He's out of gold. His teammate Hansen won. Hand of God and a TPL attempt from YYF. Is he going to make it back home? He is. And the buyback from Storm, the hand of TP from his allies, nothing happens.
Really close there. Kind of a big loss for LG.
A bot, though.
I mean, okay, they're doing some damage to the towers. The TP coming in from Bane. Actually, Misery staying really long. There's a stun immediately on Faith. Wave of Terror in a moment. He's going to get sent back, and 1437 is going to die for this one. Pops the mech as well. I'm pretty sure he'll die. Will he go high ground TP? He will. I don't know if he'll make it, though. Brain Sap Nightmare is going to set him up, and he does get killed.
That was so smart from YYF. He opened Moon's Avenge and immediately switched target to the Chen. Because what is Chen going to do, right? Chen says, oh my goodness, my Avenge getting initiated on. Let's send him back and run. And YYF already predicted that and just went straight on Chen. Really good focus fire here from IG. And they're kind of going back to what I say. They are the team that will force that comeback, whether you like it or not. And against LG, a team that sometimes struggle in the late game.
Well,
Perhaps they're doing it.
It is a bit of sloppy play, though. I mean, this isn't the first time that LGD Int has done like a 3-position Venge, despite supposed to be in a 4, but I mean, they're doing good things with it. That was a split push with a Chen Venge, for God's sake. Like, they're waiting for the Venge to get initiated on, he gets sent back, and Chen runs for his life, ideally. Didn't quite work out, but...
Sometimes you say, man, our Storm just made this play up top. Probably didn't get, it wasn't worth the buyback. Let's make something out of it, let's get some damage on the tier 3. So maybe overstay their welcome a little bit. If they got that push and got out safely, we say, man, that's a good play here from LGD. They got some extra damage on that tower. It looks like we're going to have a little bit of D-ward action. Gem gets picked up here on the Beastmaster. By the way, he's working for some ag, so that's some more long-range lockdown. Good against the Bear, good against Lifestealer, and hell, if you could shut down Ferrari, that's a good pickup as well. So LG right now.
He actually opted not to get a Blink Dagger, by the way, so that means that ganking him is going to be fairly easy compared to a typical Tinker. So got to keep that in mind as well. 4 staff alone is not going to be enough to evade heroes like Beastmaster, especially Beastmaster. It's something we never pointed out, but the Hawk is really good for finding him in the trees.
Yeah, that's an issue. There's just way too many things that IG have to deal with, but they're going to protect their towers. They're going to protect their base. Up top, though, Stormster finds 430. The living armor needs to happen right now. There is no armor being given by anywhere. Chuan, I'm looking at you. Chuan has a Hand of Midas. This is the comeback Hand of Midas. What is this game?
What?
I mean, he needs experience. The swap goes on the bottom here. And
Lumi
YYF,
strat.
nice infest back into the bear. Zoe gonna get hexed. They need the living armor on him. He's also dead. YYF will survive. Faith will not. And now YYF in huge trouble. There's a Hand of Midas to kill one of the creeps here from the Chen. He rage. He's running, trying to TP out. He will not against the dude. The aura base strat of LGD Int. IG is on the ropes right now.
Desperation buybacks, 3 of them. That is some important heroes. Lone Druid and YYF, the Lifestealer, purchasing back just as Ferrari comes up. They're not ready to get racked, so they'll back up. By the way, remember this tower that almost died? It's almost full HP.
Yeah, living armor is pretty good. And this is the first time I've seen like a 22-minute Hand of Midas.
It's the Lumi strat, man. Support. Get a Midas. Then every time you Midas, you buy wards.
When I say you get Midas on supports, I mean it on heroes like Vengeful Spirit, or maybe insert another support hero that's very level dependent on level 16. I think the reason he's getting it here is against Chen creeps. Because when the Chen creep sends 3 centaurs up in your tower, you don't really have good ways to deal with it, aside from Midasing it, so...
Is it worth 1900 though? You could get a Helm of the Dominator and just steal them every 60 seconds. That's lower cooldown.
The thing is,
you don't get gold, but...
It's for the same amount of gold, but you also gain gold and experience otherwise, right?
Yeah, I suppose.
He could be using his Hand of Midas, and he is using his Hand of Midas. And who knows? Maybe Chuan is going to be our 1-row carry somewhere down the road.
This could be a 95-minute game, and eventually everyone will be 6-slotted. Therefore, eventually Chuan would be as well. It'll be perfect. They'll all be on even ground. Totally normal game.
Yeah. No, this is completely legit. IG roaming as a team, going to the ancient stacks. I mean, this is sad when you farm the ancient stack as a team, which you have to do.
It's not a good sign. They're going to shoot a rocket, actually, toward the mid lane. Misery will eat that one and be like, okay, I guess there's some heroes next to me. He's actually going for a Sanj and Yasha. Picks up Abandoned Elven Skin for 6 and a Sanj immediately. He's good HP. It does some damage as well. And the SNY, he could also divert that. I mean, this could hypothetically be a Halberd, but considering he already has the band, I'm assuming it'll be SNY. But I think a Halberd is arguably better than a Sanj and Yasha. It's not like he's not really aiming for the maim. It would be nice to be able to disarm the bear as well as the lifestealer.
Yeah, I personally like Heaven's Halberd a little bit more as well, but she's definitely moving more to the DPS Venge build. I do want to say, as we're kind of slowly creeping into the mid to late game, is that Aura strats are pretty nice and cute for those early game points of damage, but Aura strats also peak out quite a bit. Once you hit about the 40-minute mark, they're pretty much done. A gank up top, you're not going to ever get that gank unless Pycat is falling asleep. It is currently 9:30, so we're getting a little bit late, but Pycat says, I'm a gamer. Unless Zoe gets picked up.
Lone Druid dying again on the bot lane. Did they get 300 gold? Who knows, but that's a dead hero regardless. And is he on cooldown?
Right now.
He's not on cooldown though, so you can't
though.
resummon.
Beastmaster drops a YY off. That's one more kill and a YYF. Oh no, he can't even TP just about. Infest back into the board, and here comes some TP from the Tinker. They are gonna get a return kill against Brax. Impressive play, and because he's a Tinker, he could be right back in defending bot lane. And you can see LGD is just making a roar up the push, but every time they go up this hill, they're like, why is this goddamn tower full HP? Living armor, guys. Living armor.
Wow, really no Halberd on Venge. That's probably because Venge never gets played mainly. I've seen Halberd on CM
this
and
tower
stuff,
cannot die. They got a glyph for this. Where's the living armor? There's the rocket to come. There's a Bane TPing in. What is this play?
He's trying to go for the Nightmare or something. Faith way dead there. Completely going crazy. He didn't even have Fiend's Grip. I don't know. That was very weird. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not sure what's going on.
But that was an exclamation point. The trees are in the way, but
fine.
Definitely confusion going on here. So Chen's at 1900 gold. Looks like they're going to back off, take Roshan. A couple TPs coming. Pycat, has he farmed anything else? He's still on very low HP, but an item on the way, and it will be a Lincoln Sphere. So very limited disables on IG means that the few that they have are less likely to work out.
Yeah.
This can also block like Overgrowth, can block Open Wounds, but more importantly, either Nightmare or Fiend's Grip.
Well, there is an Aegis. It's going to go to G most likely. There you go. Yep. He's going to have a Shiva Scar on the next push whenever he wants that one. And Zoe right now, you can see that he's just trying his best to get some farm, but it's like the 6th or 7th time that Zoe goes alone by himself, farms, and dies, right? And I think it's going to happen again. Because Pycat is right here.
He's got extra mana here with his Lincoln Sphere. He also has an Invis Rune. He's actually checking to see if the enemy team is behind him. He doesn't really feel safe about it. And he also has to be careful because he knows that the enemy team stole his gem.
Well, Ventress,
Might
Misery's looking for a swap, and Faith is dead.
Maybe?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my
he's
god.
dead.
Something to point out why that did so much damage. OD went the pure DPS OD build. He went Treads into Sheepstick, and he got a Force Staff, and then he bought another Mystic Staff. So you're going to see his ulti do at least 50% of the damage of a hero. It's not going to be like a typical OD build with like Mechanism
BKB,
into a Force Staff BKB. This is the serious deal. His right clicks do 200 pure damage.
How serious
plus
is
the
it?
regular damage.
Is he like really serious?
It's like 95th percentile serious.
Okay.
Because he's 4-1.
All right.
If he didn't die, he would be 100.
Well, the living armor, or not the living armor. Well, the combo of living armor and March.
Oh my god, it's full healed again? What the hell?
I know, right?
Look at this tower. This is not a fully healed tower. Like, does this look healthy to you? I can see through this thing. Like,
I mean, if
who
this
built
is
this?
the first
Fire
ever
them.
game, you just tune in from Twitch TV and be like, oh, let's check out some of this Dota stuff. I assure you, this is not our normal standard gameplay.
Ooh. Bear gank attempt. Quick fingers on Joe. Does get sent back. Bear is extremely slow based on the pig here, though. Go little pig. Oh, that's where we got the Midas. Pig murdering, man. Oh, there it is. Heaven's Halberd. First ever. So I think it's going to be possible Manta plus Heaven's Halberd. It's kind of good for utility heroes like supports. This is a bear gank.
Beastmaster Roar goes on the bot lane. They kill the bear. They just gank the bear.
And the resummon. Definitely been a lot of bear deaths this game, that's for sure.
Well, I mean, LGD is not breaking base right now.
I don't think they really care, honestly. I mean, Pycat's not going to die solo. He's basically just solo farming. His entire team is unlikely to die because 1437 should be able to cover him. They have so many disables and swaps and things. Like, they're basically leading 2 lanes of farm because IG knows that if the 4 engage, people are going to die.
Yeah,
So
the only reason, the only way that IG could win, and there goes the swap on the bear, resummon. I mean, these guys are just, somebody call PETA, because they are just hating on this bear. Look at the force that forward against the bear. They have Aegis on G, so he doesn't care, although he might have to use it quite early. Beastmaster goes on YYF, down to about half HP. He has to invest in a creep, but he just gets bursted down. He buys back, and the question is, can they do anything against this team? Marching Machine's going to drive him out a little bit. Now the focus goes on the tier 3 tower. I mean, they forced out a buyback, and they would just back off, reset, reload.
they were fine. I mean, they lost cooldowns, and they lost the... Didn't even lose the Aegis, actually.
No,
They've got 3 minutes left. He's pretty low in HP, though. They really wanted to pick off the bear, because they knew if they got that, that was going to be quite a bit of time with the bear gone. And they're really greedy for gold, mostly.
To be honest, I don't think Zoe actually does anything at this point, so...
Pikehead has some more items flying out. This one's going to be another ultimate orb, so most likely a sheep stick. Doesn't really need a bloodstone at this point. His mana regen is pretty solid. His HP is good enough. The enemy team is quite far behind. If we take a look at the graph, 20k EXP and gold.
Yeah, as I was saying before, I really don't think IG could win this game unless LGD makes a series of mistakes. Because if you look at this goal graph, it's slowly creeping down. And even though IG's defending, and it is actually an endless wave of defense. If nobody makes a mistake, the tower is not going to suffer any consequential damage, or even if it does, the living armor brings them back up. So it doesn't really matter. The thing that only matters the most is where this goal graph is going towards, and it's just creepingly just going down.
Did you say creepily?
I meant to say it's creeping downwards,
Okay.
but English hard.
Can be about creepy stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Going high ground isn't horrible. They're preparing the bear to get ganked. There's going to be a roar on Joe on the high ground, and they're going in. There's the Hex as well. Almost drops the ulti, but he actually gets entangled at just the right time. Stun on the bear now, and Pikehead even going in. They're not able to grab any kills except for the bear kill. One bear down. He can resummon, though.
Uh-oh, G, perhaps a little bit trouble. Power focusing on him. The Marching Machine still doing some work, but they traded the Aegis for a bear kill. Bear gets that resummon, like you said, and now LGD just can't break the base. They can't break the base.
He was so close to killing Joe, though, with his ulti. He's going to send him back. And I guess they're going to give up farm jungle camps for now. Everybody will restructure, come back to the lane.
And Tinker says, finally, I left the base.
Wow, look at him. He's really far out of it.
Is he going for Hex, or is he going for Lincolns?
It's got to be a Hex, right? Like, there's no way they'll win this game with the Lincolns on Tinker.
Well, we're going to find out now, because that IG courier is flying straight to the secret shop.
It's got to be a Hex.
We'll see. Oh, there's a Hex. So, Hex is... The reason I asked whether it's a Lincoln Sphere or whether it's Hex... Lincoln Sphere actually... Oh my god, the courier gets sniped!
Oh, damn!
That's 3 minutes.
Oh my gosh. That is really rough.
That's backbreaking. There's no buyback on a Tinker, so he can't get caught.
Holy crap.
There's no Hex.
That was his sheep, man.
Yep.
Ferrari doesn't even know what to do. He's like, well,
Well, he's
I
going to
quit.
do whatever he's been doing for the last 3 minutes. Or 15 minutes. I mean, our Treant Protector is getting some levels. That's all I'm saying.
What's he at? Level 11? Damn.
He's level 11.
He's got a Drum of Endurance, Medallion Treads. Midas is the most farm support. Look at his stats. Like, Chuan cannot be blamed for this loss. That is for sure. 0, 0, and 2.
He's not living armoring
Treant.
the correct targets like 5 times. You could blame him for that.
Maybe.
But he's not dying.
He's definitely keeping his towers alive. That is for sure. Holy crap.
This is like... This is tough Dota.
It's painful Dota, man. But, man, LGDN showing they can deal with the big guys.
Can they? They haven't won this game yet. I mean...
I just really... I don't know, man. I feel like... I don't know. 25,000 gold advantage is pretty good.
Nah, here we go. The bear is getting a Vlats. That's an item.
There was that moment when LGD took forever to beat DK.
Well,
and by took forever, I mean didn't do it, but looked like they would.
We will relive that moment for anybody that wants to relive that moment.
I fell asleep during that moment. I couldn't handle it. It was like 6 a.m. or something. I was like, I can't handle this. I'm going to bed.
Hey, man, this is the last game tonight. Let's go out with a bang. And, of course, this is a far cry from a bang, but, you know, Pikehead is slowly finding whatever he needs to find.
Reaver's picked up on OD, actually. Is this going to be a heart, I guess?
Yeah, he has trouble surviving in there, right?
Yeah. You cannot lifesteal with the Arcane Orb. It should be a buff placer and an orb. last I checked.
I think if you want to go for HP item, I personally like Acceptor. It just gives you more oomph on that ultimate. And to be honest, you really need that full heart.
Well, I like it for the fact that if their push goes high ground and it fails and you go back low ground, you don't have to wait
so you play a
30 seconds
a
to
poor
go
man
full.
lifestealer. You go up the hill with the heart and hit the tower 2 times.
Yeah.
Are you gonna outdo a living armor?
Look at this ball. Again, they're like, kill the bear. Nothing else. I don't care. Kill it.
Living armor on the bear. The hex on him. Nightmare him. Faith, what are you doing? You gotta nightmare that bear.
#1 priority, guys. Pandas.
Pandas. Dude, the entirety of China right now is crying. I'm dying inside because this panda bear is...
Ooh. And Joe purchasing a Vlad's. Not going for a major damage item. I feel like every time that I'm behind and I buy a Vlad's, we lose the game. Maybe it's because I was behind in the first place, but the 5 armor oftentimes I feel like isn't strong enough to make the difference.
Oh, the swap on the bear, and they will get the double bear kill.
Finally.
No force sap on it, and that's it. Beastmaster goes on YYF, and...
Oh my
oh
gosh.
no, he's in huge trouble. Does he have buyback? That's a question. He doesn't have the timer for it. He does have to go in about 10 seconds. Looks like we do have yet another pickoff. It is a meltdown right now, and this tower is...
There it
No,
is.
don't call the GG.
Your team just lost, Lumi. What is up? Oh, look at Chuan. He's running for his life. Wow, so LGD in takes it. That's a 1-1. Is that what I said?
How did the Midas tree lose the game?
I don't know. He didn't.
I'm so confused.
Look at his stats. 0-0-2. Definitely not Chuan's fault. Flame your team, Chuan. Definitely wasn't you.
Oh my god. I'm done. I'm so sad right now.
It's okay about the compendium, guys, because some other team won with more than 30k. Unless there was like a tally. I don't know if it's more than one or it's just one, but...
There has been at least 2 games today. Already won over 30k, so...
Okay. Well, pretty sick plays. LGD ends up taking it 1-1 against the defending champions. Definitely a solid win for them.
You know, IG just said, you know what? It's like 10 o'clock. We played a long day of Dota. Let's just go back to the hotel.
IG apologism. My god. They got owned.
Look, all I want to see was 40 more minutes of Midas farming on a Treant. And it comes out with the Battle Fury Massive Madness and just goes apeshit. Like,
And then gets orbed twice by OD
No.
and dies.
not when you just overgrowth him. Come on, it's a setup. But back to the analyst
good
test.
point.
This game is just too hard.
Oh my god. Well, what a game of Dota Blitz. We had quite a game, quite a day. I'm off the frame a little bit. Your mic is off kilter. There we go.
Thanks, Dad.
We had quite a day.
Yeah, so that last game, the biggest thing was, I'll remember that forever. The biggest thing was, if you pick Tree and you're playing that defensively, I think you're always going to lose because inherently, I think the way that people look at Tree is like, oh, Living Armor is a defensive spell, but what it should be is, I saw like a post by Goblak saying like, it should be a spell that enables your team to dive and you to get away safely. So when you combo with something like Weaver, or when you combo it with something like Obsidian, so like you can like glass cannon fight without being like brought down. But if you're just using it to like sit there, heal a tower, like just like click.
That was
click.
the 90-minute strat. They were a little sloppy in the execution.
What were they going 90 minutes into?
E-Blade Dagon 5. They were only like 14 gold away.
And then they had
taking that.
I actually just really liked LGD's lineup, and I wasn't a big fan of IG's because they had a Storm Spirit to deal with the Tinker. And as long as so there was one fight where IG was this 4 mid.
Yeah.
And then Pycat rolled in, kills the Bane, and they just can't do anything to stop him. He actually just like rolls in, silences him, uses his combo, then just kind of like rolls away. And that's like, how do you stop that? As long as the Bane dies, you actually have 0 disables to deal with, like 3 different heroes that you need to deal with.
The other thing was that bear was literally a piggy bank for LGDN. I mean, there was one point where they ganked Joe in the jungle, ignored his hero, killed the bear, and then went back to kill the hero. like Kevin said, they got like 500, 600 gold. The Lone Juror was entirely useless that game. I thought LGD, a lot of that game came down to great early movement, which is something that we saw from them in the G League Season 2 way back. God, that was end of last year, beginning of this year. It's been a while, and sometimes the movement has felt lacking from them since then. But today, they were on point. They ended up tying the series. Let's not forget IG did take Game 1, but in the end, it was a 1-1 score, so LGD staying alive and keeping the dream alive for America. A lot of teams doing that today.
Yeah, as long as they have a good day 2 tomorrow, and if they play like they did last game. I mean, Misery had perfect movement. He moved like with impunity. He would just like walk up to people, stun them, and like IG would be like, "Are you alone?" Because he would actually just like walk up stun like solo, and he just didn't care because he realized
Yeah.
IG is like completely afraid of us.
And you can do that because they had a tree and a Bane and a lone druid. Like, these 3 heroes are very inactive in the laning stage for the most part. Bane wants to get his level 6, Trant just living armors things, lone druid just farms, so your chance of getting counter ganked and killed is tiny.
Yeah, and I just really don't like IG's lineup because how are you gonna fight? Where's your team fight like coming from? The bear was ganked multiple times.
Yeah.
The Tinker, I mean, doesn't really do all. I mean, you march, but then once you like fight outside the march range, or you get jumped on by the storm, like it's over. And then you have a Bane and a Tree who are inherently more defensive heroes, and they don't like provide you with that AOE team fight that you really need. I mean, Tree ults, but aside from that, where's your damage coming from?
Yeah, I mean, the tree pick just felt very random as well. Because what does Living Armor do for Lifestealer mid?
Yeah.
Like, maybe he doesn't die, he still doesn't farm against OD. You're not killing him, you have no mana.
It was for the strat though. We casted that game together. You saw how amazing that push strat was. Like they never got there, but the living armor was. They would actually use that very
but
offensively.
They didn't have that matchup, though. They didn't have a Lifestealer mid against an OD. That strat doesn't work as well when your Living Armor mid does nothing for you in the laning stage.
Well,
Lifestealer gets crushed, can't leave mid, can't gank, can't farm.
It was supposed to tie them together until the BOT comes, and then that's when he shoots rocket all over the map, and then they slowly farmed their way up for the items. What didn't happen was protecting their heroes. They just died.
But
Yeah.
how do you protect a lineup like that? Like, how do you get if they dive the bear? Like a Tree and a Bane really can't do anything to
The
stop
Bane
them.
TP, the living armor, like the first gank, they actually avoided.
They did defend the first
yeah.
one.
It
but
is worth mentioning that Chuan was off the mark on quite a few living armors. He was
I keep-
late on them.
I kept
he was-
asking for them
Maybe it was on
multiple
cooldown, using it on the wrong heroes, but
If
they
it was
did
on
not have
cooldown-
it in the ganks. That's
Yeah.
where you need them.
If it was on the cooldown, perhaps credit to LGD in for forcing it out on the other side map and then making the gank.
Yeah.
That would be very smart. I don't know exactly what was the case.
We'd have to check replays, unfortunately.
But
Can't have 2 camera shots.
See, what we should do
unfortunately.
is
Not yet.
I'll watch the gank, and you should always check the Treant for
Okay.
cooldown every time, instead
Yeah.
of being like, "Where's the living armor?" And I was like, "Oh, surely he's checking the living armor." Obviously.
What's your secret signal to communicate that one?
communicate
Do you
which
guys have one yet?
How about like any gank ever that happens, and
Yeah.
Lumi
I
just
just-
clicks on the
okay.
Treant?
The
Fair enough.
living armor cam.
Every team fight, just lock
Lemmy would
camera
love that job.
on Treant.
The living armor cam? No, I wouldn't. I would kill
Dude,
myself.
you wanted to watch Treant farm for 40 minutes.
With the Midas? That's the difference.
Are you serious? Get out of
Yeah.
here. All right, so, I mean, it was a good series, but we had a lot of good series today and a lot of great Dota as well. 4 streams going at once, not just us, but Toby, Sheever, AC, and Draskell. They had a very long day. We did too, but before we go, I think we can take a look at the groups, see where we stand. It was a good day for the North American Dota fans out there, and here we go. I think this should be right. Is Alliance?
Alliance is 5-0 right now.
They're 5-0.
Which makes Rattlesnake 1-4 actually. And the last game they absolutely rolled.
Okay, and VP versus Orange, are they playing now?
I'd imagine so. I think they all had to play.
Are you
6
sure
games.
Liquid's 3-2? Are
they're-
are these up to date?
No, Liquid is 4-2. They're
Okay.
above Tongfu, which is also 4-2. Liquid had a really
America's
impressive
4-2. Look at this.
series. All of America's 4-2 right now. They said we'd go out without a fight.
So
Damn.
Rattlesnake 1-4.
doubted our freedom.
Orange and VP, are they in game 1 then?
I'd imagine.
Orange is, or Tongfu's 4-12. Holy shit. All right. Alright. Okay.
I mean, I think America had a good day too, guys, but let's not get carried away here and just dock them 10 losses off the bat. I will say it was a great day. I think the big surprises for me, I mean, I know some of you guys believed in the North American teams. The community
Right here.
was very poor on these teams.
Right here, I believe.
Even NA Dota was jumping ship on these teams.
I believed.
There was a thread saying how quickly will Dignitas get knocked out of the tournament or something, and it was like, can they finish 16th? It's not possible.
I believe in Snaking, the best player under 18 in Dota.
I disagree with that statement.
Is
Yeah.
Arteezy
Arrows
Have
ranking?
you heard of Arteezy or CTY?
Is
I
Arrows
don't see
better?
Arteezy
Yeah.
or CTY at the international.
Koifa is
All right,
better.
all right, he's right. Arrow's really good.
Yeah, Arrow's good. Koifa's better. So I'm sorry, Snake King.
Okay, but this is off
Top
topic,
three,
right?
top three,
Top
guys.
three.
Keep the standings up for a second. Yeah, I mean, I think we should talk about them more, right? It was a big day.
Yeah.
Navi, the biggest upset. If you thought they were going to lose to anybody, Fnatic, like that was.
And then Fnatic lost to Zenith.
Yeah.
No, they had
Like,
time
what
1-1.
was that?
They,
1-1.
they lost one game to Zenith. That was Ice 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 going 4 levels in Goblin's Greed into a Battle Fury and getting crap loads of items.
You can't really stop things like that, as we saw.
No, that was also the Lifestealer running in 1v5. and dying with the Aegis, so he died twice.
Maybe Fnatic was just too happy that all the games are going amazing, so they threw it a little bit too hard.